What up, YouTube? It's your boy Bundles checking in. I was sitting here editing some videos, man. I was thinking about some of the craziest, wildest shit I went through growing up in the world, man. And like a lot of the most fun experiences I had as a young adult, my late teens to mid 20s or whatever the fuck, right? And it was just like, man, my cousin Andrew, he was like the catalyst of a lot of bullshit I went through at that time. Not necessarily like no real bullshit, but like some real inconveniences. But nonetheless, some of the shits was funny as fuck. So I figured, hey, how about I share these stories with YouTube, bro? If you like not a sensitive motherfucker, bro, you'll probably enjoy it. But the first story, man. The first time I went and met some hoes with my cousin Andrew. And the game that you currently see on the screen at the moment is Alien Fireteam Elite. It was a part of the Xbox Live Game Pass shit or whatever. And also, I'm playing that shit with my man Oob and A1. Shout out to my nigga Oob, bro. This nigga has a podcast, bro. It's funny and positive all at the same time. Check it out. Link in the description. Again, shout out to my nigga Oob. Alright, boom. So like roughly this would have been around 2006. Spring, summer 2006, I want to say. So my pops used to stay off of 8 Mile, right? Well, backstory. My cousin Drew. That is my cousin Eric's oldest son. My cousin Eric and my pops were really tight growing up. Like, they were cousins. They were tight. It was 4 of them. My cousin Eric, my pops, Mickey, and Sonny. You know, you see pictures of them all over the family houses and all that shit. You hear the stories about how the 4 of them came up. You know, rest in peace to my cousin Sonny. Rest in peace, Mickey. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us, but Eric and my pops are still around. Now, Drew is my cousin Eric's oldest son. I'm my father's second oldest son. So there's roughly, I want to say maybe a 3 to 4 year age difference between me and Andrew, right? Roughly I want to say 3 to 4. And for power level and size scaling purposes, I'm about 6'4", dark skin. I make niggas like Morris Chestnut jealous, bro. You know what I mean? And my cousin Drew, he's like the nigga that played 50 Cent in the Get Rich or Die Trying movie with really dirty, rashy skin. Short and just dark and scabby looking ass nigga. So one day I'm at my pop's house. My pop stayed on the west side of the city. Anybody familiar with Detroit? Stayed off on 8 Mile in the 8 Mile, Wyoming area. So I'm at my pop's house chilling one day, and cousin Andrew calls over, hits me up or whatever the fuck. Hey, cuz, how long you gonna be over at your dad's house? I don't know. I was gonna crash over here tonight because I ain't had shit up. Somewhere along those lines. I don't remember the exact conversation. Obviously, the shit was so fucking long ago. But long story short, the nigga said he had some hoes on the floor. I asked no questions. Bet. I've seen my cousin Andrew with a couple of bitches before. They was straight. So I asked no questions. Let's do it. Bet. Meet me 8 Mile in Wyoming. I'm gonna be getting off the bus over there. Say less. So 25 minutes go by before I actually leave to meet him over at the gas station where he would get off the bus at. So this little dusty ass nigga hops off the bus. I meet him there. And he like, bet. So they in that apartment building behind the Kroger. Anybody who know that fucking area, 8 Mile in Wyoming, you know, the Kroger is still there, has been there for fucking ever. There are some high rises that you can see from 8 Mile. I'm assuming he's talking about the fucking high rises behind the Kroger. The only fucking apartment building I see, right? Cool, let's do it. We crossing 8 Mile and I'm planning my escape route in this situation already. I'm thinking, I'm going there, you know what I'm saying? Butter baby girl up, beat some cheeks. I gotta go to the gas station, go back to my pop's house and chill. You know what I'm saying? I had it all figured out. All right, so we crossing 8 Mile and shit. We get we cross 8 Mile, we on Wyoming. You go past the little parking lots and all that shit. We make a right towards where the high rises are. Now, this is my first time ever being back in that area. I don't know nobody to live over there, so I had no reason to ever go there. So once you go back towards that way and to the right, it's like a small parking lot, some cars there. But if you look like in that parking lot, there's like even smaller apartments. Them bitches look like projects, like the Magnolia projects and shit, like them small connected type project type joints. So that's where we end up going, not the actual high rises. Fine. You know me at that time, like, oh, these like some legit hood bitches. I know I'm about to get my meat ate up. You know what I'm saying? This is where it turns like all bad. Now again, I must stress this. I've seen my cousin Drew with some hoes before. Never nothing bad looking. I'm not gonna say they the coldest bitches, but they were never ugly or no shit like that. So again, I stress, I ask no questions. So I followed this nigga up to the door. It would have been the second door. Cause like it was a door to the right. Like the parking lot, you come from the parking lot and it's straight to the door. There's a door to our right, one in the middle, and one to the left. We went to the one in the middle. He's knocking on the door. You hear a bitch ask, "Who is he?" It's Drew. Cool. This bitch opens the door, bro. Big black ass chick, looked like Mark Henry, bro. I swear to God, I put this on every fucking thing I love. This broad looked like a young Mark Henry, like not Olympic Mark Henry, like the Mark Henry with the braids, bro. I'm like, all right, so hopefully this is the bitch for you. You know what I'm saying? We introducing ourselves, whatever. Then the other bitch comes out. Now, this bitch not cute either. But she's the lesser evil than Mark Henry. You know what I'm saying? But that was the bitch for my cousin Drew. She a little brown skinned bitch, kind of fat. And she had like the small, you know how you know, bitches be having that small ponytail situation in the back of their head? She had one of them shits, bro. So I'm like, okay, so you run me over here to wrestle with this bitch, right? So I'm mad off top. I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? This is me in my young days when it was all about the looks, bro. It was all about the looks, and you know, this bitch was a -30 off top. So let me describe the layout of the inside of this motherfucking apartment, bro. So in the living room, you walk in, and to your far left in the corner, there's a TV there. To the far right, same area, far right of that corner, there's a bed. There's a bed. There's literally a bed in the living room. And at the foot of that bed is a baby, like what do you call that shit? A crib. It's a baby crib at the foot of that bed in the living room. So the Mark Henry bro, she's like sitting in the bed, like taking care of some. I think it was like one kid. It might have been two. One may have been sleeping in the bed. I'm not 100% sure. I don't recall, but I for surely know there was like a baby there, and she was tending to the baby. My cousin and the other broad, they in the back. So I'm sitting there, and across from that bed, it's like against the other wall, there's a chair and a table. I'm sitting at that chair at the table. I'm just sitting there, bro. So, you know, it was kind of odd, bro. Like, we just sitting there not talking. So I'm like, you know, whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada. Small conversation. I'm not interested in shit. I'm literally just probably about to walk out, but I didn't. Baby girl say, "You hungry?" And in my head, I'm like, what? Come on, man. Like, you fitting the stereotype right now. What do you got? Because low-key, I was kind of hungry and shit. She like, oh, I made some spaghetti yesterday. It's still something in that motherfucker. I'm good, dog. I'm not about to eat your motherfucking day-old leftover spaghetti. What the fuck? I'm just like sitting there, bro. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can get some head out the situation. But then I'm looking at the bitch, and I'm like, no, I don't even want no head, bro. I just want to leave. But this is when things get kind of, real quick. There's a knock at the door, bro. She gets up, she goes and opens the door. 3 niggas walk in. One nigga's like, who the fuck is this? She like, oh, he came with, you know, Drew in the back with such and such and such. He like, nah, he gotta go. I don't want no niggas around my kids. Why y'all got these niggas around my kids? Da. So my man, like, I'm literally just sitting right there watching and listening to all this shit. These niggas see me. My man like, bro, you gotta go. I'm like, all right, but I'm not leaving till my cousin get ready to go. He like, I don't give a fuck about you, your cousin, none of that shit. You not about to be around my kid. You gotta go. Get the fuck out. And I'm like, I feel you, big dog, but I'm not going nowhere until my cousin get ready to fucking go. So I stands up. Now, it's 3 of these niggas, bro. It's 3 of these niggas. They not no big niggas, bro. And at this time, again, I'm like 6'4", 260. I'm really pounding shit, you feel me? I'm really pounding shit. So in my head, I'm thinking, now I know my cousin in the back, he can hear this shit, bro. Any moment he go pop out, nigga, we 2 on 3 of these niggas. It's whatever. My cousin ain't no hoe. Little did I motherfucking know, bro. Mind you, this was again like 2005, 2006. I didn't know my cousin was a hoe yet, bro. It's been like another 2 years after this incident until I found out, like, oh, bro, this nigga kind of soft. Because he talked the real good game. But, you know, yeah. I'm thinking this nigga can hear all this shit. If they in the back fucking, he probably getting dressed and he go pop out on these niggas on some, you know, what's good type shit. So one of the niggas actually leave out, and like I say about 20 seconds, bro. He come back in. He like, my man said you gotta go. I'm still standing there like I'm not going nowhere until my cousin get ready to leave. Baby girl comes from out the back. And she like, oh, y'all calm down. He good. Go in the back. Go in the back. So she grabs me and pulls me back to the room where they at. He just sitting on the bed and shit. And he like, what's going on out there? I'm like, these niggas talking about we gotta go. And I'm like, I'm not going nowhere until you get ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you ready to leave, bro, we can, you know what I'm saying? We can shake or we can do whatever. She comes back in the back and she like, yeah, he out there tripping. She out there talking to him, this, that, and the third, da. Now she has the door closed. You hear the knock. Them niggas gotta get the fuck out right now. I'm not bullshitting. Them niggas gotta go. They ain't gotta go nowhere, da. So I'm like, so what you trying to do, cuz? He like, man, what you wanna do? Like, nigga, I'm basically here until you ready to leave. I'm not about to leave and, you know what I'm saying, leave you in this bitch, nor am I about to get forced out this motherfucker. I'm not trying to fuck the little ugly bitch up front, and I'm not about to fuck this ugly bitch back here. So I really don't have a reason to be here, but I'm not leaving until you ready to leave. So he like, man, how many of them niggas out there? Bitch, why do it matter how many of them niggas out there, bro? So I'm explaining to this nigga, like, listen, if niggas was really on that, bro, they would have beat me up out there or they would have tried something. They not really on that, bro. They just trying to establish some type of shit, but I'm not going. And when they seen I wasn't going, they kept getting louder. So I'm like, if they was really on that, bro, they would have just did something when I was dolo out there. We good. I'm not leaving until you ready to leave, bro. So this nigga gets up. He walks out. He goes to the bathroom. And I hear like them exchanging words or whatever the fuck. Now I'm like, I know this nigga heard that shit because I can hear him out there with them motherfuckers. So I know he heard me out there with them. So I'm like, you know, whatever, bro. He comes back in the room. Yeah, cuz we just about to go to my crib. All right, all of us going? Yeah, you can come, but it was just gonna be me and her. Okay, well, I'm about to go back to my pop's house. You know what I'm saying? Put your shit on, your shoes and shit, whatever the fuck. Let's dip. But I'm not leaving until you ready to leave. All right. So, you know, I'm guessing at this point, I left out of the room for shortly. I left out of the room and I went back into the living room area. Now, I only seen 2 of the niggas in there. One of them was actually eating a bowl of spaghetti. The other one was sitting on the bed. The nigga that was doing all the, you know, the, y'all gotta get the fuck out, y'all and my kids and shit. He was sitting on the bed with old girl holding the baby and shit. And the nigga eating the spaghetti was like, bro, y'all niggas still here. My man said, y'all gotta go. I'm like, dog, quit fucking, I swear to God on everything. I'm like, bro, stop talking to me. Who? So everybody looking like, okay, we about to just jump this nigga, bro. Fuck it. I'm like, cuz you ready. You don't hear this nigga in the back. You don't hear shit. Again, I know he can hear us out here. Because when I was in the room and he was out there, I heard everything. Door closed and all. So my man like, bro, if I gotta say that shit again, bro, it's gonna be an issue. And I'm like, well, it might be an issue because he ain't out here yet. And I'm not leaving until he ready to go. If it's an issue, we can just get straight to it, basically. My man like, what's up? I stepped outside. I just literally just stepped right outside the motherfucking door. I had my hand like pressing the door open so they couldn't just close it and lock it and shit. So I'm like, I'm out here, bro. I'm out here. Right at that moment, my cousin and the old girl get up. You know, they coming out, they walking out the door and shit, you know. Old girl and the other bitch have a few words. It wasn't nothing serious and shit. I'm about to go, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, they ain't have to go, da-da-da. Yes, the fuck they did. Why you be having these niggas around my kids, da-da-da. This whole little thing. Bro never came outside. Like, I had it all in my head, like, all right, bam. If he come out here, I'm swinging on him off top. It never went down like that, which is, I'm okay with that. Like I said, I ain't no tough guy, no shit like that, but I'm not no hoe ass nigga. So that never actually happened. We all outside, me, cuz, and the little ponytail bitch. We all outside or whatever the fuck, dog. So we get back to like the Wyoming street and we're walking back towards 8 Mile. So how are y'all niggas getting to your crib? You know what I'm saying? You about to catch a cab or some shit? Cause I think at this time my cuz stayed like somewhere near Dexter, dog. Now mind you, again, if you're familiar with the city, nigga, we on 8 Mile in Wyoming. At this time, if I'm not mistaken, cuz stayed on like Dexter and Grand River area, which is a long ass fucking way from where the fuck we were. Now, this motherfucker tells me, like, nah, you know, I ain't got no money for no cab, cuz you got a couple of dollars I can borrow? No, nigga, the fuck? Baby girl ain't got no motherfucking money? This bitch said I had enough to catch a bus, but I don't have enough for both of us. So I'm mind blown at this motherfucking point, bro. I am mind blown by this. So what the fuck y'all go do? Cause you know my pops don't fuck with you, dog. So you can't go to his crib. Your grandma don't fuck with you. So you can probably go to her crib, but the old girl can't go. So what the fuck you gonna do? Bullshit you not, dog. These motherfuckers walked from 8 Mile in Wyoming all the way to whatever area of Dexter he lived in. I spoke to this nigga the next day, bro. Actually, prior to me talking to him, I called our older cousin Russ. Shout out my cousin Russ, bro. Russ is like, he was like our older brother to a degree. Like, he's like an uncle, but he's our cousin. Not older brother, but like that uncle type, you know what I'm saying, role model or whatever the fuck. My cousin Russ. So I calls this nigga and I give him the whole rundown of the night before. And he like, man, told you stop fucking with that nigga Andrew. Don't fuck with him, bro. You gonna be in some bullshit. And it's crazy because everybody said that about my cousin Andrew. I'm older than Drew, obviously, but it's still my cousin, bro. You know what I'm saying? We were the two closest in age at this time, you know, because Chad, my cousin Chad, was still underage like a motherfucker because him and my youngest brother are around the same age, like a few months apart, honestly. So Drew was the oldest male around my age. Everybody else 10, 15 plus years older than me. You know what I mean? So I spoke to my cousin Russ, gave him a rundown on this shit. He, you know, gave his little spiel. So I hit Drew up. He's actually at home. How you get home, man? We walked. How long did that shit take y'all? About 3 hours, dog. Y'all motherfuckers walked 3 hours, man. You could have just left and left her at the crib, man. But I don't know, dog. This was like the very first time I actually hung out with some hoes, my cousin Andrew. And it should have been the last time. It should have been the last time, but unfortunately, it wasn't because I was a young nigga, and whenever my dick was dry and there was some hoes on the floor, I was always with it. But I got probably about 6 more stories about this nigga Drew that I can, you know, I don't know, bro. Nigga was a big inconvenience, bro. But I'll share more. I appreciate y'all fucking with this story or whatever the fuck, listening. Give your comments and your thoughts or whatever the fuck. Subscribe. And maybe after a couple of more of my bundles, blunts, and achievement videos, I'll throw a couple of more story time joints in. You know, like I said, I got about 6 very unique stories about me hanging with my cousin Drew, and for surely, man, I get up with you motherfuckers. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all giving me, what's this, like 19 minutes of your time or whatever the fuck. Either way, man, I love y'all. Fuck with me.
All y'all scared niggas for just one me. y'all scared niggas, but just one me. Just wanna put blue lights on the mind. Just wanna put blue lights on the mind.